This episode is brought to you by our friends at Hover, the easiest way to buy domain names and do more with them. Get 10% off today by visiting hover.com/butterscotch. Sean Carruthers here at CES 2011 for Butterscotch.com, and I'm here with Whit from Griffin, who's going to tell us about a couple of products that are slightly different from each other, but still both pretty cool. So Whit, I understand that you have something for the guitarists and everybody here.
We do. Okay, so guitar players, at least most of the guitar players I know, love guitar gear, pedals, amps, things like that. Part of the problem with that, for one, is the cost, and for two, depending on where you live in particular, is the noise.
Yes.
So what we have here is a setup. It's a virtual guitar rig for the iPad, iPhone, or iPod Touch. It starts with we've got a partner who developed this software called iShred Live. It is a virtual pedal board, as you can see. We have a number of effects that you can turn on. You can tap the controls, it expands, and that you can easily adjust the various parameters of the effect right there. Well, when you're playing guitar, though, your hands are busy,
yes.
And so you can't really be touching the app and be changing effects in real time like you would with real effect pedals. So we created StompBox. StompBox allows you to select effects with the pedal itself, and let's see what that's programmed for. You can pull up this interface here, and it allows you to easily program basically not only any effect in the app, but really any function of the app itself.
There we go.
Exactly. So you can see this guy kick on and off by controlling it right there. You can do a lot of really cool things with it. So it's a lot of fun. Neat little compact guitar rig right there on your iPad.
All right, so it's called iShred, and how much does it cost to download the app?
Okay, so the app is free, and it comes with 3 pedals to begin with, and the rest are available for in-app purchase, so you don't have to buy the ones you don't want.
All right, how much would a typical pedal cost?
A typical pedal, they range 99 cents, $1.99, and a handful are $2.99.
Which is a heck of a lot better than $150 per pedal.
Yes, it is. Much better.
No, not quite the same as actually using a real pedal, of course, but
it's a lot of fun. It's a great alternative. It's easy practice setup. It travels really well. You can fly with it, which is really nice. It's a really convenient setup. Okay,
so that's the first part of the app. This is the second part, the StompBox, for actually controlling it, and then we have the cable here for connecting the guitar.
Exactly.
Right, so this one right here is the guitar. What's this one called again?
This is GuitarConnect.
GuitarConnect.
You put the 1/4 inch into the guitar, and then this is your audio out. You can put headphones in there. You can run a line out into some speakers, or even into an amplifier if you wanted. And but it's nice and tight, so you avoid the mess. No tangle of a bunch of wires running everywhere, and yeah, nice and compact.
And then it runs up to the other end where it uses the input jack on the iPad, the three point connector that has the input as well. So just like you'd use with a headset.
Exactly.
All right. Okay, so that's the musician favorite here. So what about for people that are more into something automotive?
Okay, so for the automotive thing, we have something really cool. This is called Car Trip. Now, Car Trip kind of has 2, I'd say, target audiences when it comes to the automobile owner. There's the environmentally sensitive driver out there. So Car Trip plugs into the OBD2 port, which is typically up under the steering wheel, and you plug it in there, and it accesses the car's onboard computer. So Car Trip has built-in memory for collecting data from the computer. It also has an SD card expansion slot for additional memory storage. And then via Bluetooth, it connects to a Bluetooth-enabled mobile device. In this case, it's an iPod Touch. It can also be an iPhone. It can also be an Android phone.
Right.
And we have our Clean Drive app. Clean Drive gives you real-time data on various functions of the car, your carbon score, your environmental impact, fuel efficiency, how aggressively you're driving. It keeps track of all of it, which is pretty cool, and it shows it in this nice graphic leaf interface. It's really easy to see how it works. If the leaves grow, you're more efficient. If they shrink, you're less efficient.
So there you go. So mount this on the dash and just keep an eye on it to make sure that you're driving like a sensible, responsible human being.
Exactly. And then if you're a more technically and mechanically inclined, or at least curious driver, Car Trip actually also reads the engine diagnostic codes that your car puts out, otherwise known as the check engine light.
Right.
When that pops up, you open up the app here, you pull up the diagnostic tab, and it shows you the the codes, basically what the car is trying to tell you. You can even clear the codes from the app, which means you can turn off that obnoxious light.
Yeah, so if you know that it's just an excuse to get you into the dealership for some more money for a service call.
Exactly, you can pass.
All right, there you go.
And then it also logs data over the long term, so you can look back and see, see how everything's been working over time.
Great, so you can just leave it plugged in full time and drive around and then collect the data later.
Exactly, you just pop this into the dash and leave it there.
All right, so it's called the Clean Drive app. How much does it cost to download the app?
So Clean Drive is a free download. Car Trip is $90.
Okay.
And it honestly is a bargain compared to other do-it-yourself OBD2 interfaces that are out there on the market.
All right, so there you go, 2 products from Griffin Technology, whether you're have a gig to play some guitar or if you're just driving to the gig. You can get the notes for these at our website, butterscotch.com, in our show notes. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
This episode is brought to you by our friends at Hover, the easiest way to buy domain names and do more with them. Get 10% off today by visiting hover.com/butterscotch.